The Eagles lost to the Arizona Cardinals, and I still can't believe it. Surely something went wrong on the offense if you're losing to a team like the Cardinals, right? I really don't think so. Watching the film on this one, it looked like the offense operated at a really high level, minus just a few little things that I would tweak. So let's dive into the film and let's see what I saw. Let's start off on the first third down of the Eagles of the game. On their opening drive, they'll end up going 3 and out. The Cardinals are in a quarters look. And the Eagles are going to motion A.J. Brown outside, and they're going to run him on one of their favorite third and shorts. It's the end breaker. Unfortunately, it's going to be picked up really well. At the bottom of the screen, you've got some vertical routes, which is going to drive the linebacker and the safety off. And you've got Dallas Goedert on like a dig route. Now, Jalen Hurts is going to stay in the pocket, and he's going to hit Kenny Gainwell on the check down. And I'm not going to quibble too much about Hurts staying in a pocket and hitting a check down. It's not something this offense sees a lot. But Dallas Goedert is available in this play. He's there. He's open. Watch the number 25. I think that's a 25. Might be a 35. Bailing off the line. Does a really good job of pressing Dallas Goedert and then switching off and taking away this in route to A.J. Brown. It's not open. That's clearly Hurts' first read. But at this point, you have Dallas Goedert coming over the middle of the field. There's room to throw this. You can get this ball. You can throw it on a trajectory over the linebacker. This safety is not in play because it's quarters, so he's carrying Julio Jones vertically. He's not looking to make a play. The guys that could make a play on this is the linebacker and this safety. And there's 12 yards to drop this ball in between them. I think Hurts should pull the trigger there. I think Hurts could still pull the trigger here as Goedert flattens out. You could still throw this on the tip of the logo here and pick up the first down. But I do like, to Hurts' credit, he stays in the pocket. He does dump this off. Unfortunately, because there's a flat defender, Kenny Gainwell's just not able to pick up a first down, and the Eagles go 3 and out to start the game. Now we're going to get a pistol play action against what looks like cover 2 from the Cardinals. You're going to have sort of dual vertical routes at the bottom of the screen, trying to take a shot. We want to make this safety commit, make him pick a guy. Maybe we can try to throw one in. This boundary shot is really nice against cover 2. The cornerback does a really good job of sinking under this, though. Like, it's going to be hard to throw this ball here because he's sinking up, and A.J. Brown's running directly at the safety. You're trying to get into a situation where you can throw one of these balls. You could probably put the ball out to Goedert pretty quickly here if he's turning and looking for it. Like, this ball could come out to Goedert right now, and you probably get 5 yards. But Hurts stays in the pocket, and A.J. Brown doesn't just stand there. He's going to do a good job of working back to the middle of the field where he's open. Hurts hangs in the pocket, and with a guy in his face, I don't have the back view because the All-22s were messed up this week, but with a guy in his face, he makes this throw to A.J. Brown to move the sticks. So, really good job of A.J. Brown by working into that void in the middle of the field. It's also a really good job of Hurts to stay in the pocket and to make that throw. Now we're in a short yardage situation, and the Eagles go to what is my favorite non-brotherly shove short yardage play. And this is going to be the little RPO with Dallas Goedert coming out into the flat, but they do it out of a variety of looks. This time it's out of 13 personnel. We've got 3 tight ends on the field. And so it's a different look for the defense, but they're going to motion Grant Calcaterra out, so we'll play out this motion. And then at the snap of the ball, we've got options. We can hand this off. We're leaving this defender unblocked. If he gets upfield at Hurts, we're handing this off. If he comes underneath the tight end at the running back, then we're going to pull it. And we've got Dallas Goedert out into the flat. We've sort of got Jalen Hurts as a run option if that's taken away. And so you can see he comes under the tight end. That's a clear pull the ball situation. We've got Grant Calcaterra sort of running interference over the middle of the field, and Hurts just gets outside. This is an easy throw to Dallas Goedert. Gets the first down, gets a lot of yardage after the catch. I get scared every time he goes for the stiff arm on the sideline. That's the same way he broke his arm against Dallas. But this is such a good play that the Eagles have gone to out of a variety of looks, and it nearly always works. Now we get to the first Julio Jones touchdown. I want you to watch the defense as DeAndre Swift motions back and forth. And so let's watch that first. You notice the linebackers just slide a little bit. There's not much movement. And so this looks like it's going to be cover 1 man. And it will end up being cover 1 man. And you're going to have man coverage from 2 over 2. You've got man coverage right here. And then you've got a linebacker on DeAndre Swift. And that gives us a hole defender and a deep safety. Right? And so the Eagles are going to counter this. They're going to have Julio Jones running a crossing route. He's running away from this safety. He's running away from outside leverage. As long as this is man coverage, you like your odds for Julio to get this touchdown. That's exactly what's going to happen at the snap of the ball. You see he's straight across here, and you put that into the back of the end zone. Now, what if this had been zone coverage? What if they'd bailed out of this into a zone look? Well, if you look at the top of the screen, you've got Julio Jones, or A.J. Brown is coming, and he's going to sit down over the ball here. And he's just going to sit down in a soft spot in the zone. You've also got a Dallas Goedert outbreaker with a guy in the flat to high-low, a flat defender. So you've got options to beat both man and zone on this play, but you get the man look you thought you had, and you find Julio Jones for his first touchdown of the day. Love that play design down in the red zone from Brian Johnson. Great execution from Jalen Hurts. Now we're going to go back to my amended adage from earlier in the year, and that is single high, throw an out route. If you're in single high coverage, if you spin safeties, you could do some different things. You could spin into a two high coverage, but more than likely, you're either playing cover 3 zone, which means that this outside cornerback is on an island because he has to take this deep. He can't get beat over the top. Or you're in cover 1 man, in which case this guy is on an island, so is this guy, and neither one of them can afford to get beat over the top. And given the Eagles' tendency to throw deep, that's why countering with the out route. That's why I changed it from single high, let it fly, to single high, throw an out route. You see Devontae Smith drives this cornerback off the ball and then breaks out to the stick. And Jalen Hurts is going to hit him. And this is an easy chunk play. Like, look where the ball's coming out right now. Devontae Smith is just breaking at the sticks. He's still got 5 yards of cushion. Hurts is going to put this ball, bring him back to it a little bit, protects him from getting hit there, and Devontae has the chance to spin inside. He is ultimately brought down there, but that's an easy little 8-yard gain there from the Eagles offense against a look where they should be spamming these out routes almost nonstop. This time the Cardinals are going to show pressure. They're not going to end up bringing pressure. I mean, they're showing 6 guys here, but number 45 and number 5 both bail out. It's only a 4-man rush. Jalen Hurts has got the dual slant routes on the backside of this, and he's just going to throw this ball through a keyhole to A.J. Brown to move the chain. So watch 45 bailing out here. He's primarily concerned with getting inside of Julio Jones because that's the easier throw, and so he sinks underneath that, and Hurts already sees. Hips pointed in. We've got off coverage here from number 33. There's a window to throw this ball. It's going to be tight, but Hurts believes he can make that throw, and he does. He finds A.J. Brown to move the chains. Again, this time the Cardinals have a single high safety. They're doing this to get an extra man into the box. You can drop a safety down into the box to help contain the running game. The Eagles are essentially just going to run 4 verticals here. Now, against cover 3 with 4 verticals, you can target the seam ball if this guy doesn't carry it deeply enough. Same thing here on this side. Now, that's going to happen, but A.J. Brown is going to break this off into a deep curl route. And he's going to be open, and I don't think it's the look the Eagles want because Hurts is a little slow on this throw. Like, as he's bringing this ball out right here, A.J. Brown's already out of his break. Like, Hurts hasn't thrown, and Brown is already out of his break, but he's getting so much cushion. Hurts throws him back to the sideline here. There's just so much space to put this ball, and so even though it's not the look the Eagles were probably looking for, they probably wanted the big play there. They've still got so much cushion, they're able to pivot off of that and find A.J. Brown to pick up a first down. This is what I would like to see more of. This harkens back to the Seattle game where against zone coverage, you were using Dallas Goedert over the middle of the field, and that's what's going to happen here. Goedert's just going to find a soft spot in this zone. You've got the linebacker bailing out. You've got this linebacker going over here. It creates a huge void in the zone defense for Goedert to sit. And look, this ball's already out. Goedert's just turning around. Hurts is going to put the ball on this hash, throws him away from the contact, catches it for a big gain. Like, that's such an easy throw. If the Eagles can begin to utilize that area between the hashes, it'll make this offense even more difficult to defend than it already is. Okay, so you have 2nd and 1 in opponent's territory. This is a great time to dial up a shot play. The Cardinals are +1 in the box, middle field, close, single high safety. This is a good look. Now notice the safety is on the hash mark on A.J. Brown's side of the field, and we've seen teams over the last few weeks when they go single high safety, cheat that safety to Brown's side. So let's dial up the shot play to Devonta Smith, who is very good downfield in his own right. Now, if we roll this play, you'll notice that Kenny Gainwell's wide open, right? You could dump this off to Kenny Gainwell. You can easily get this first down. But it's 2nd and 1. When you have the brotherly shove at your disposal, it's not a big deal, right? Even though this isn't the best look, this safety or this corner is still on top of Devonta Smith, you can let this rip, and you know you can brotherly shove on 3rd down or even on 4th down if it doesn't work. And so I don't mind the decision at all to throw it, even though it's not the cleanest look. Really good pocket awareness by Jalen Hurts. Notice Jordan Mailata gets beat nearly instantly off the edge, and Hurts steps up, moving, and he lays this up here. Now, if he puts this on the back pylon, maybe it's a touchdown. Instead, he throws it back shoulder. Devonta Smith tries to come back to it. He's unable to get it, unable to draw that pass interference. But if we watch, when Hurts starts to uncork this, Devonta Smith's not by the guy. Now, he's closing distance. I think you should still go back pylon here, but they like to go back shoulder. They like to get these pass interference calls, give the receivers a chance to come back. Devonta Smith's just unable to do it on this one. I still think the decision-making is great by Hurts. I think his pocket presence on this play is really good. This is the perfect time to take a shot play. 2nd and 1, no sweat if you don't get it. It's halftime here on the channel. If you're enjoying this video, be sure you click that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my content. Now, let's get back to the video. Now let's go to Julio Jones' 2nd touchdown. The Eagles are trying to set up A.J. Brown at the top. He's on a streak route. You've got Dallas Goedert on an out route. Looks like cover 2 from the Cardinals, and so there's going to be a safety over the top of A.J. Brown. This corner is kind of sinking, and so Hurts is going to bail from the pocket. He also gets pressure here, but you can see as he gets pressure, there's not really room to throw this ball. The safety is getting over here, right? I don't think there's a window to throw that. Hurts is getting pressured, so he's going to escape up and through the pocket. Now, this is huge. So many times over the last several weeks when Hurts has tried to escape from the pocket when he feels pressure, he's tried to go this way, out the back. Instead, he's going to go up and through the pocket here. He keeps his eyes downfield, and he's going to end up finding Julio Jones, who does a good job. He realizes on the scramble, like, you could argue, if this isn't a scramble drill, Julio Jones should be breaking across the face of this safety. It would be open, but he realizes Hurts is going to be escaping to the right. He spins, and he's going to start to basically break to the sideline. Really good awareness by a vet. This ball gets tipped by the defender. It still gets into Julio Jones' hands, and he scores his 2nd touchdown of the gray. That's a great scramble drill by Jalen Hurts, keeping his eyes upfield. It's also a really good job by Julio Jones making himself available for the throw. Okay, here it is 2nd and 10, and I want you to watch this safety as I start to roll the clip. Right now, he's kind of up. Maybe you've got a blitz coming here, and he's going to play man coverage. It could be some sort of cover 1. Maybe it's just cover 3 with a single high safety. But as we roll the clip, you see he backs up. He thought they were going to snap it. He backs up. So we know he's bailing out. We're going into a split field look. And so Hurts is going to go ahead and snap the ball. Now we're in a split field safety look, and we're trying to run vertical routes here. And so you've got a safety over the top of this. Like, we're running 2 guys at the safety. You've got this safety is eyeing this crosser. The reason this play is in here, and I love this, Hurts realizes what's happening, maybe off of that pre-snap look, or just confirming it post-snap there, that we're spinning this play is not going to work. So really quickly, he's going to get this ball out to DeAndre Swift, running towards the sideline. Swift makes that little one-handed catch. He gets 4 yards. And I think that's really important. That's a really important throw for Hurts to make, to realize, like, the vertical route we wanted to throw on 2nd and 10, it's not there. Let's get to 3rd and 6. We can convert 3rd and 6. 3rd and 10's a lot harder. And so I like that he gets to Swift here. He gets the ball out to him, and Swift picks up a few yards and turns was a negative play call into positive yardage in 3rd and manageable. Unfortunately, that 3rd and manageable is wasted because of how the Eagles respond to the blitz. So there's clearly this cornerback is blitzing. And I say he's clearly blitzing because of the position of this safety. He's lined up right behind him. This is called capping the cornerback. And so this corner is going to blitz. He is likely going to play man-to-man coverage here. And so with this corner out of the picture, we have man coverage on this side of the field that looks like this. Now, what about the other side of the field? We look at this slot corner. He could be blitzing and be replaced by this guy, which would make this a cover 0 blitz. Or he could be playing man coverage, and we could rotate this guy into a deep zone. We could rotate him into a shallow zone. There's a lot of things it could be. The Eagles dial up a shot play. Now, I don't mind a shot play. If there's clearly not going to be any help over this side of the field because this corner is going to blitz, right? We know if he's dropping, he's paying more attention to A.J. Brown on this side of the field. I don't mind dialing up a shot here to Devontae Smith. The problem is if it's a 0 blitz, that means they're bringing one more than you can block. It's a free runner. You've got to get this ball out fast. It becomes a very low percentage play, which is fine if they're giving you that. The problem is it's 3rd and 5, right after the Cardinals went on a 70-plus yard touchdown drive. You need a first down. Don't put your defense back on the field with a chance for the game to get tied. Like, run Julio Jones on a slant route. He's against a safety that's got off coverage, right? Now, you could say run Devontae Smith on the slant route too, but a cornerback is on him. Run Julio Jones on this slant route. Now, if we roll this tape, it does turn into cover 0, you can see. And so right now, this should be the route. It gets us the first down, right? You can still have Devontae Smith on this vertical route. Maybe it wasn't cover 1. Maybe this guy's not blitzing. He's on Goddard, and this guy stepped down to take away the slant. Now it's not a cover 0 blitz. They're rushing 6. You're blocking 6. You can set up your shot, but you need an option in case it is cover 0 and there's a free runner coming, because a free runner is coming. And if you watch Julio Jones, instead of breaking this off into a slant, it's going to be a post. Just watch how open the post would be. Now, I'm not saying Hurts should throw this. He doesn't have time to wait on it. I'm just saying that also would have been open here, right? There's just not answers in this offense to cover 0 blitzes, and it's maddening. As for the actual play, look where Hurts starts to throw this ball, right? And he actually has started before I paused it here. But Hurts is starting to throw this ball when Devontae Smith is on the 37-yard line. He's not past the cornerback. And so Hurts is going to throw this ball out to the sideline, right? He's going to try to give Devontae Smith room to lean into this guy and get outside and catch it. Now, Devontae Smith will end up getting behind him. But this ball is thrown all the way down to the other 37-yard line. Like, Hurts is throwing this ball 25 yards ahead of where Devontae Smith is going to catch it. And so it would be nice if Hurts could see into the future and put this ball upfield where Smith is behind the guy. You can't. He's got to put it outside here. He throws a very catchable ball. It's a very tough catch. You would like to see Devontae Smith track it a little better, but this is a tough catch. You would like to see him bring it in. It's a big play. Maybe we're not talking about this if it's not a 3rd down, if it's not a 3 and out, if the Eagles don't lose the game, if Devontae Smith catches it. But none of those things happen, and it's hard to ignore how wide open Julio Jones would be on a slant route. And you could run that slant route, and if it's cover 0, it's wide open. If it's cover 1, you can still take the shot to Devontae Smith, but you have time to let it develop. The Eagles' lack of responses to the blitz is maddening. It's been an issue for 2 years, and I don't see it getting fixed anytime soon. Here, the Eagles go 4 strong to one side of the formation, and the Cardinals, they defend this really well. They're going to try to get Devontae Smith on this over route. This safety has eyes on it from the start. We're playing straight man coverage right here. And so you can see this just isn't open. Watch 3, where his hips are already open here. He's not helping on A.J. Brown. He's watching this route from Devontae Smith. And that's where Hurts looks. That's where Hurts wants to go. It's not there. Like, you could screenshot this and say Hurts should throw it. That safety is driving down. And I like that Hurts doesn't panic, stays in the pocket, and he just gets to Dallas Goedert. We're reading this 1 to 2. We get to 2. It's maybe a little later than it had to be, but we get to 2, and Dallas Goedert picks up the first down. It's a good job there by Jalen Hurts to work through his reads. Now we're down in the red zone. We've got A.J. Brown. We've got 2 defenders on him. We've got an inside defender and an outside defender. This is where Hurts wants to go with the ball. You can see he opens up there. and already knows this isn't there. They're bracketing A.J. Brown inside and out. Now, Hurts gets skittish in the pocket here, and it's a good pocket. You probably don't have to get out of this pocket. In fact, you could have thrown this ball to DeAndre Swift if you stayed on that side. I assume this was AJ or bust. I think we're probably running AJ Brown on an option route here. He could break either way. When it's not there, Hurts goes into scramble drill, and Dallas Goedert is going to see that and break outside. Devontae Smith is going to run the other direction. He ends up running into a guy that maybe should be pass interference. It gets Dallas Goedert wide open. Hurts is going to find him for the touchdown. Now, Hurts should probably get this ball to him sooner. Like, he's open now. And Hurts continues to run for a long time and makes this a difficult catch for Goddard on the sideline. But that creation mode, that scramble drill, is one of the reasons that Jalen Hurts is so good. It's really nice to see him in this situation and earlier in the game with Julio Jones, finding guys downfield to score touchdowns when he's out of the pocket because the initial play didn't work. And on this last one, we are in a second and long situation, and the Eagles are going to run crash. In route from A.J. Brown, corner route from Devontae Smith. Notice there's no safety over the top. Now at the snap, he's going to sprint this direction. The Eagles resist the siren call of big play hunting here. And they just throw the ball underneath to A.J. Brown. And he picks up the first down. And he gets all the way down to the 20. It becomes a huge gain because the Eagles resist the siren call of big play hunting. And they pick up 18 yards just throwing a simple in route. Like, the Eagles need to start to do this more. They need to attack the middle of the field. They need to use A.J. Brown on slants, on in routes, Dallas Goedert on these sit routes over the middle. It will make this offense so much better. So there you have it. The Eagles offense didn't have a ton of possessions, courtesy of that pick six. They end the game with 3 touchdowns, a field goal, and 2 3-and-outs on their possessions, if you exclude getting the ball back with 32 seconds. Now, there's nits you can pick with how they handle the blitzes and, some big play hunting that's going on. But overall, there was a lot of encouraging things offensively for the Eagles in this game. Now, granted, against the Cardinals defense, that's not very good. I thought the offense played really well. This loss comes down almost entirely to the Eagles defense.